Well, last October at the town hall meeting in Scotts Valley, I turned in this specific commentary, question or comment is the heading here. I don't need my glasses for this one. I challenged her in the following way. She pretty much sloughed off my statement. She didn't deal with it during the town hall meeting, but later sent me a letter. So here's what I said. I personally consider your and the Democratic Party's failure to act on or accede to the public outcry for impeachment to constitute a serious betrayal of the public trust, especially since you personally, at your town hall meeting in Felton in September 2006, implied that such action would be forthcoming when the party regained control. Why haven't you, I underlined that you, why haven't you instigated or initiated impeachment? And I did a few days later. This is dated the 22nd of last year, 22nd of October, I'm sorry. She says, when I answered several questions at the meeting regarding impeachment, I spoke about witnessing firsthand how it tears the country apart and how impeachment brings everything to a screeching halt with no progress on the pressing, critical issues of our time. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the most pressing and critical issue of our time is this silly Iraq deal, whether you want to call it a war or what's the other word, an occupation. She then, in the letter, tries to wiggle out of it by saying that they've done all kinds of other important things, but I believe that war is the most important thing. When we consider how much money is going into that war that could be going into other projects, I mean, this is clearly the most obvious argument against it. Well, I decided I would have to take a stand against this issue because she, at the meeting, when somebody said, why don't we impeach the president, she said, we don't have enough votes to impeach, at which point I called out from the back room. I said, ma'am, impeachment is merely a trial, at which point she said, well, I know that. At which point I said, well, why don't you act like you understand that? Well, she dissimulated somewhat more. And I think she was either consciously or unconsciously hoodwinking or attempting to hoodwink many of the people there who didn't understand somewhat more clearly what the nature of impeachment is. And later in her conversation, she got into answering a question on gerrymandering, but spoke as if she understood that every redistricting operation involved gerrymandering. That may be the way it always these days works, but that's not the way redistricting was originally intended. At any rate, I find Ms. Eshu's answers very fishy, and I decided that I would have to oppose her in the race this year, 2008 Congress election. I have begun a campaign. It will be mostly word of mouth and passing out cards and flyers and visiting businesses and homes and so on. I don't think we'll have very much media access, except perhaps something more along these lines. Well, I'd like to read a little poem. This comes on the, I'll leave my glasses on. The type is big enough I can read without my glasses here.